Cool. Let's take a look at a solution to the parsing CSV files exercise. We're going to begin here by opening the file. The next thing to note is that we're going to read the first line of that file and split it using the comma character as a delimiter. This will give us a list of values that we can use as keys for each one of the data items that we pull out of this file later on. Okay? We're then going to loop through the lines of the file. We'll break out of this loop once we've processed 10 lines. For every line up to that, we're going to split the line again using the comma as the delimiter. And then we're going to initialize this empty dictionary. Now the entry each time through is going to be this data item that we'll construct using the keys that we got from the first line of the file and the individual field values that we just got here. We're going to loop through the fields, and using enumerate, we'll get an index value in addition to the value for each item in this fields list. That will allow us to access the appropriate value in the header to use as a key for that particular field in our entry or our data item. And then we'll use the corresponding value as the value for that particular field. Now note that in both cases we're using the strip method here and here in order to pull off any extraneous white space around either the header value or the individual value for this line of the file. This is a first example of data cleaning, which is another major theme of this course. In Excel files or in CSV files, a lot of times you'll have garbage white space that surround values. You don't really notice them or care about them in the file itself, but when you're processing them in Python, they can make a big difference, especially if you're doing comparisons between values. So it's always a good idea to use strip. Okay, finally, we're going to append that one data item to our data array so that it's included in the list of items that we return from this function parse file.